Hello?
Hey, is this Charles?
Yes.
Hi, good morning, Charles. This is Tyler Osborne. I was just giving you a call because I'd seen a while back. Looks like you were wanting to sell your place on Loring. I just didn't know if you still were.
Sure.
Okay, awesome. You sound like me. Anything's for sale, huh? O- okay, awesome. And I mean, what would you be looking to get for it?
Around 370 is what I would be asking.
Okay, 370. Awesome. Can you just kind of tell me, a little bit about it? Kind of, what's going on with it?
Well, it's got a new roof in October, and the garage door was in 23, and it's got an electric garage door opener and all that kind of stuff. And otherwise, it pretty much needs updating.
Okay.
Everything pretty much works, but I moved in 20 some years ago and redid the master bath, but that was 20 some years ago.
Yeah, yeah. So it needs some update and some love.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I say, it's everything pretty much works, and it's a great place to live, and it's got hardwood floors and pocket doors, but those aren't things people want nowadays. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. So, I mean, the hardwood floors are still nice, but
Yeah.
And like I say, it just needs to be updated. Where the kitchen and the living room is a wall that needs to be taken out
Mm-hmm.
and opened it up so that you could see through the whole house. If you were going to really get crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, the open concept's a big thing today, ain't it?
Well, it is. And the way this kitchen wall is, if you cut half the wall off and put a bar there, you can see right through the living room, and out into the backyard. So, it needs to be done, but I've lived with it like this. Well, it's been this way since 1960. But,
Yeah.
I just, I mean, I have lived here all this time, but I don't really use the whole house much, So I got more house than I really need, and that's the reason I consider selling it.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, speaking of, it being from the 60s, so my grandpa, up until maybe 10 years ago, he still had the green shag carpet. I don't know if you remember it or seen it, but
I played on that stuff a lot.
yeah, for till about 10 years ago, he had it, and he's just old school. He's, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, that's me. I mean, all these people want updates, but it's like, man, it just works, and as long as it keeps working, I don't screw with it.
Yeah, yeah. If you're anything like me, you end up making it worse sometimes. So.
Well, I don't do it until I have to do it, and then I do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but like your grandpa said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep. Yep.
Um.
Okay. So. I mean, if we can agree and come to an agreement here, I guess I guess I'm assuming like you're going to have to find a place still, like you don't have nothing in mind, or.
Well, I kind of have a direction in mind, but yeah, I don't really have
not
a real path.
Yeah.
I haven't bought my next place yet, for sure. But it's just something that I'm not going to do till I have to, because I haven't thrown much away in the last 20 years, because I got a 3-bedroom house with lots of closet space. So I just keep stuffing things back. So it'd take me a month or two to get out of here, because then there's things here. I found a chair that I won in 1987.
Oh.
That still existed, and I've got all my photography equipment from the 1970s and 80s.
Yeah, you don't realize how much you have until it's time to load up, because we moved about, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, and stuff just pops up. You're like, where did that come from? Okay, so it sounds like it's not in bad condition. So, I mean, would you, obviously it's operational, but do you think I'd have to replace any of the big stuff, like say the roof or, like
Well, the roof is brand new,
yeah.
and but like the people that redid the bathroom broke the bathroom window, and it's been broke for 20 years, but it works for me,
Yeah, I'm assuming they weren't supposed to come in and break it.
No.
Yeah.
And and so that, things like that need to be fixed, but everything, pretty well works except for that window.
Yeah.
And it works for me because it's one of the old 3-tier swing out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I use it to hang my towels, my washcloths on it.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
so I wouldn't have to mess with, like, say, the hot water heater either, or none of that stuff.
No, I've redone the hot water heater, but it's been 5 or 6 years ago,
Yeah. Yeah. So probably it's working, and I'm probably like you. Well, it depends on what I do here. I don't know if this would work better because we do all kinds of stuff, rentals, flips, just whatever we want to do. Just depends on the situation here. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here, it looks like most of the properties that are similar to yours in that area, looks like around that probably 420 range. Does that sound right to you? Or
yeah, pretty much.
yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Obviously there's some more, but they're not necessarily comparable. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here as well. Like, it'd be worth around that 420 range. I'm trying to see how updated these places are, but of course there's no pictures. I'm assuming they're pretty updated. Let's see here. Okay, so nothing crazy, just some updates. I mean, if we had to put a number on that, on the updates, for me, obviously I don't want the Taj Mahal or the best one on the block, but just to kind of get it up to that neighborhood standard. I mean, in your opinion, you think I'd have, like, 20 grand in this, 30, 40, 10?
Well, it's dependent on, what kind of people you got working for you, or if you've got a crew, or if you're hiring it done, because, like, I looked at putting new windows in it, and they started out at $14,000, and by the time I was telling them no, they got it down to 10.
Funny how that works.
And if you had your own crew, you could do it for 6.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying is, if you've got a crew, you could get in here and out because, like I say, the kitchen's original. One bathroom is the original blue, and the new bathroom is 20 years old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it all needs to be gone through, but if you had a system.
Yeah.
But if I had to pay for it, like I say, just dealing with these window people, because once you invite them in to look, oh my God.
They need to replace every one of them.
Well, they won't take no for an answer.
Oh, they're pushy. Yeah.
I mean, they're just, for months they keep sending you IMs and phone calls that I would like to see. And like I say, they just keep hanging on, and the prices got really reasonable. You know what I mean? Yeah,
totally.
So, if I was going to do it, it might have paid off by letting them keep coming back with lower prices.
Yeah, maybe you'd got to 5.
Well, I was considering 10 was real reasonable,
Yeah.
for installed windows, double panes, and all that kind of shit. And if they're coming from Sam's, they've got a good background,
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure.
Anyway, that's the kind of thing I was thinking, but
Yeah. So I mean, for me, I just have to base it off square footage and kind of what you're saying right now. Um, I mean, I would say just from what you're saying, and like I said, the square foot, which it is like 1,330 square foot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So just based off, simple numbers in my math here, I would assume it's around 30,000. Um, that may be high, it may be low, who knows? But that's like my general without seeing it. I assume that'll put us in the range, and um, that's me calculating about $20 a square foot. I mean, that's the only way we can do it at this point.
Yeah.
Um, obviously, if we agreed, then I'll come out and check it out. But um, yeah, so I can kind of tell you here a little bit about me and my process. I'm very simple. I'm very easy. I like simple, easy. Um, and so, say we did come to an agreement, I would just send over a simple 2-page agreement, and then once you signed it, we'd send it the title. We'd come check it out and make sure a tree didn't fall in it, or anything crazy didn't happen. And as long as it's in the general condition we've said, then we're good. Um, so that's pretty much my easy, simple. Like I said, I'm not a complex guy. I'm a I'm a Southern Ohio half hillbilly boy. So I have to keep it simple for things to make sense. Um, but yeah, I mean, with that being said, I mean, I don't think I could do your number because, like I said, the if we say it's worth 420 and then 30,000 ish in rehab, that already puts me at 390. Um, so I mean, say on this, if I paid all the, obviously the closing costs, the title fees, um, I mean, there's no commissions, and I can get this done on your timeline, whether that be, if you want 30 days, you want 90 days. Um, like I said, I'm flexible. I can work around with you. But I mean, with that being said here, I mean, what do you think the, absolute best price you got for me here is? I'll see if I can make her work.
Well, with you paying all the closing costs, I was thinking probably 320 would be my
Okay.
leaving price.
Okay.
And that's probably still too high for you.
We're not far off. We're right there. I think we can get this bad boy done. So yeah, for me, and I can kind of walk you through here. So the way I'm looking at this one that makes the most sense to get you the most money is probably as a rental. Um, and from kind of what I'm seeing, I may be wrong, may be off, but it looks like I could probably rent this for around maybe like 3,500. Does that sound right?
um, that may be a little high, but not much.
Okay. So we'll just bump her to 3,300. We'll meet somewhere there. Actually, let's give you the benefit here. Let's go 3,400. I like it. But yeah, so for me, like I said, I'm right there by you. But for me to pay all them costs and go through it and make this quick, easy, simple for you, I would have to be at the 300 even.
Yeah. Well, I'm not quite there yet because I don't really have to move.
Yeah.
But like you say, we're not that far off. But I'm not. I need all I can get because this is me in my retirement and moving into a nice little quiet place.
Yeah.
And,
Totally agree. Let me get really aggressive here and see if I can come up for you.
Well, why don't you think about it and call me back, and I'll think about it, and
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, like I said, I'm for sure good at the 300, but let me kind of really crunch it here and see if I can do that for you.
Well, maybe we'll talk later.
Yep, yeah, sounds good. And yeah, I'll give you a call later, likely.
All right. Well, I'm off to mow the yard.
Awesome. That's one of my favorite things. So sounds good, Charles. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the day.
Thanks. Goodbye.
All right, see ya.